Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's the boy, the MC Tam on the review side, Tan Tiger 01, the big old dragon. Make sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and follow me on Twitter at Tan Tiger 01. Alright, I'm here to bring you your Impact Wrestling review from August 3rd, 2017. So, let's get straight to it. It starts with an LAX hideout segment. Conan says, well, he's in. I said it's the biggest night in LAX history. Well, he says it all the time. And he says that the main event will be LAX versus the El Patron family. Okay, now I see excuse me. I have noticed some people actually have a problem with a few things that happen on the show, like flow wise. And to an extent, I agree with them. I will get to those certain parts or as and when they come about. Okay. But this part, the LAX part, I don't think this was off place in any way because they've been using this format for a very long time. So I don't see how this is any different. Sorry guys, I'm a little tired because let's just say from now up until the end of my course, it's gonna get very hectic for me. Okay, next. So the Super X Cup so far was recapped. So we get Desmond Xavier versus Drago. The first semifinals. They both get a video package on what their objectives are. Good enough. Okay. Okay. Xavier goes for a vertical to, I won't say reverse monkey flip, but he goes for like a goes to catch him with a backhand, like back handspring head scissors. Drago just immediately catches him with the basement drop kick. So I thought that that was actually pretty good. I did not see that coming. Drago top to canvas Hurricane Rana, top rope to canvas Hurricane Rana. Xavier snap Hurricane Rana. Uh, Drago, it's not the Cody Rhodes crossroads, but if you know there's an actual wrestling move called the crossroads, uh, to a drop kick. Drago's suicide dive, it was a bit soft. With a break, but overall, this was a very good start. A very good start to Impact. Okay, so you come back, both hit a stiff roundhouse kick or something, and both fall. Desmond Xavier's striking combination to a cutter. The back handspring, no, back flip head scissors. Uh, Xavier hits the corkscrew tope con hilo. This was actually pretty good. Drago hits a side kick. Drago hits the top rope hangman's DDT that looked like a nasty brainbuster. Man, that was good. Drago hits something like a gourd buster and a sit out powerbomb. Xavier's insecure to Drago clothesline. Drago striking combination. And running, I will call this the running DDT destroyer. The flipping DDT, so the running DDT destroyer for a 2 count. Xavier hits an X19 and hits the final flash spiral tap for the 3 count. This was a very good match. Xavier puts over this victory and says he's walking out the winner, in the post-match interview, clearly showing he needs some more work on his mic skills. Okay, I will also get to something else on my predictions on what is going to happen. Mackenzie Mitchell backstage with EC3. EC3 says he's a hot commodity and calls Moose a formidable opponent. He calls Bruce Pritchard corrupted and says, since he's in Moose's head, he might win this by 1, maybe 2 rounds. It was decent enough. It wasn't bad. It was decent enough. EC3 had worse promos as a heel. Go to break, come back. The Seidel Lashley situation was recapped. Seidel and Lashley, hype up their Destination X match, which I think is pretty good. Like, next, Mackenzie Mitchell was back with the Patron family, and they have been teasing that like maybe one of the members is from the Patron family. Patron says he knows not to trust Conan, and Patron starts suspecting his younger brother Elio the Los Caros. There was some cussing in Spanish. Karen Jarrett tries to calm the situation, and so does Pritchard, and then Pritchard later takes Karen Jarrett away just for a little bit, to talk in private. Here's one of the moments where the flow was interrupted. I'm like, huh? Wait. What does Karen Jarrett got to do with this? And what does Bruce Pritchard got to do with like, wait. If you have to break them up, have the security or have Scott D'Amore, like someone who's talent related, have them break him up. Or hell, even have Jeff Jarrett break him up. Karen Jarrett is, she generally sticks with the knockouts, right? Or I don't know, have another wrestler break it up. Or just like, have El Patron just walk away. So, yeah, the flow was a bit awkward at this point. Yes. Okay. Next, Trevor Lee comes out for a match versus the Mumbai Cat. So Trevor Lee still with the belt. Trevor Lee hits a big Beal to the Mumbai Cat. Soccer kick to Mumbai Cat. So Trevor Lee's in the ring, and the Mumbai Cat. There's a classic twin switcheroo. So all Indian people look alike. Is that what you're trying to say, Trevor Lee? All Indian people look alike? Okay, I know of a certain superhero who would be kind of mad at this negative stereotype of Indian people. Anyways. Okay, so this new Mumbai Cat hits a spinning wheel kick clothesline. It's a side kick and tornado DDT. And it's a splash for a 3 count. And at this point, like, hey, isn't that Sanjay Dutt? And well, sure enough, it was Sanjay Dutt. Referees come out with Pritchard again. Dutt grabs the mic and says, just hear me out. And Dutt says, at Destination X, he'll give Trevor Lee a title match. Offers to make it a ladder match. And peacefully will go escorted by referees. Now listen, here's another part where the flow did not make sense. But with Bruce Pritchard, let me tell you something. This is something I will get to later on as well. It's just the execution is not that good. Excuse me. I don't mind the thing, but the execution could have been a bit better. But this whole situation, it's starting to fall off. It's really like it's starting to get a bit annoying actually. This Trevor Lee running around with the belt, and Sanjay Dutt still banned. Why is Sanjay Dutt banned? Why is the belt not confiscated? Well, we'll find out soon enough, I guess. Go to break. Back. Come. Next. An American top team video was shown training with Bobby Lashley. Now, some people might have found this like in bad taste. Like, no, boy, I love this. How many times do you see this in pro wrestling? How often do you see this in pro? You don't see it that often in pro wrestling. So kudos to Impact. And on top of that, right? After this angle, I thought that maybe that Lashley, maybe that American top team wanting Lashley to focus only on MMA. Maybe that was a work, or maybe GFW is actually using that angle in the Bobby Lashley storyline. Maybe Bobby Lashley ultimately retires and just does MMA. Listen, Lashley is getting up there, and Lashley is no spring chicken. Although he moves like a spring chicken, but he's no spring chicken. You know, I never understood that thing. What the fuck is a spring chicken? Like, do you have summer or fall or autumn chickens? But yeah, but Lashley is not that young. So, you had some inputs including from people like King Mo and whatnot. I like this. Thumbs up for me. Next, Joseph Park says Grado should get ready for a match, and Joseph Park is going to get Elvian, and they're going to get married. Now here again, why did Grado need a match? If they're doing this comedy thing, just stick with the comedy thing. Next. Eli Drake comes out and look, honestly, when Joseph Park said, Grado's getting ready for a match, I thought, nah, please not Eli Drake. Please not against Eli Drake. Please not against Eli Drake. So Eli Drake comes out, and I'm like, please not Grado. I'm like, oh, and then they played the Eddie Edwards theme. Like, thank God it's not Grado. But there was no Eddie Edwards to be seen. Oh, and the announcers announced again a few times that Eli Drake is destined to be a future world champion. Eddie doesn't come out backstage. We see Kongo Kong is breaking everything and takes out Eddie Edwards. LVN was back there too. I'm like, the placement of this, I did not like it that much. It felt a bit confusing. Go to break. Come back. Backstage again. Kongo Kong now destroys that Richard Fatass. Richard Justice. Next. Impact Grand Championship match, EC3 versus Moose. So, round 1. Moose's chop. Moose's first build that EC3 took a bit awkward because he did not go fully over. He went a bit sideways. Moose chop again. Another build. This one EC3 took a bit better. Moose's uppercut. EC3 heal offense after Moose takes the stairs. End of round 1. EC3 EC3 gets round 1 29-28. Round 2. EC3 chops. EC3 sleeper hold. Moose's chops. EC3's capture is a capture or an explorer suplex? Moose is running elbow in the corner and junkyard dog style headbutt in the corner. Corner hesitation dropkick. Moose canvas to top rope dropkick. End of round 2. Goes to Moose 29-28. Go to break. Come back and round 3. Moose's boot to EC3 to the outside. EC3 TK3 cutter, which once again I say, just like Rosemary should not hit her red wedding on bigger women, EC3 should not hit the TK3 cutter on bigger men. It does not look good. Moose's boot. Big pop-up powerbomb and running senton. Moose's GTH to EC3. EC3 counters chokeslam with the 1%er. 2 count. EC3 some weak running knees. Moose counters the EC driver to sit out chokeslam. And then end of round 3. Now, here's where things got interesting. Okay. First judge gave a 10-10 tie. Second judge gave a 10-10 tie. The third judge, who is Bruce Pritchard, gave it 10-8 to EC3. Okay, and throughout the show, the commentators, they have been pointing out some of the questionable and inept decision making by Bruce Pritchard, saying that a lot of these decisions are wrong. So here's my thing. Is this by design? Because these shows were taped. So this is probably by design. That Bruce Pritchard is the inept authority figure. But the ending, I liked it. The way they protected Moose, and like EC3 needed a corrupt judge to actually win the title. I liked it. And it's a good way to get the title off Moose. EC3 needs to clean up a bit more in the ring, and this will set somebody else up to take the belt off EC3. Possibly Bobby Lashley, if he drops the if he leaves the heavyweight division, possibly go to the Impact Grand Championship division if he's still wrestling. So like I said, this EC3 Pritchard angle, he is still a Carter and the company needs them. We'll see. Next. New faction was recapped again and says their best tag team in the world. And they are OVE, Ohio versus everyone. Okay, I looked it up, and a lot of people are thinking this is the tag team group. Ohio is for killers. Okay, now based on this, here's what I think is going to happen. Ohio is for killers, I believe, wrestled in AAW. Desmond Xavier wrestled for AAW. ACH wrestled for AAW. Based on this, I think in Destination X, we are going to get Desmond Xavier versus ACH. And maybe Desmond Xavier wins the Super X Cup. I don't know, just to put the more emphasis on the X, like this is Destination Xavier. I just hope they don't do that. Personally, I want ACH to win. Because ACH is I've heard a lot about this guy, and ACH is a beast. Not taking anything from Desmond Xavier, but I just wish both of these people, Desmond Xavier and ACH, can get signed long term to Impact Wrestling. I'll go to break. Come back. So this is why this affinity towards AAW right now, like by these talent being there, I have a feeling ACH is gonna win against Ishimori next week. Next we get to a six-man tag. Okay. KM, Mario Bukara, and Falaba versus that Suicide, that annoying Braxton Sutter and Grado. Okay, this was a complete, for me, this was a complete mess up of the show. Suicide dropkick. I'm like, this match is unnecessary. Sutter's plancha. Suicide. Sutter's topic on heel actually. Yeah, assisted topic on heel. Suicide plunge. Mario slam. Suicide's kneeless atomic drop to basement dropkick. Falaba running cross body block. So Grado trips KM, the schoolyard schoolboy, and Grado pins KM for the 3 count on the win. Okay, Kevin Matthews, KM. I kind of don't like that he's not being booked very strong. In fact, what happened to the segments? Don't call me a liar. Here's an idea. Have KM. Look. Have KM, let's say, come out of an airport. Okay, with a trolley bag. Okay, pushing a trolley bag with some suitcases on. Then have that I forget that guy's name. Have that hillbilly guy from the final, from Leader Decay. Okay, have that truck driver, come and say like, yeah, hey buddy, you going away with my suitcase? Is it? Nope, it's not your suitcase. Like, yes, it is. My name's not right there. Like, no, it's not there. Like, yes, it's right there. Like, are you calling me a liar? Either have that or have him in a taxi cab, or have him in a taxi cab saying like, your bill is let's say 1950. They said no, it's actually Kim says no, it's actually like about $10. Like, no sir, the meter says 1950. You can see it on the screen. And like Kim says, I'm sorry my friend, but your meter's kind of messed up. It's not it's not very accurate. Yes it is. No it isn't. Yes it is. Are you calling me a liar? So they have a lot of angles to go with that don't call me a liar thing. I'm like, bring that back. Bring that back. What on earth is is going on with KM? Okay, but yeah, this is basically to set up Grado to call LVN to the ring. Okay. Sorry, I digress. So, Grado calls LVN in the ring, gets on one knee. Congo Kong comes out. And Congo Kong, this time Grado, he says, oh no, I'm going to fight. What? It bounces off the ropes and Congo Kong hits a emphatic, I'll say modified island driver. Modified island driver on Grado. And he goes for that huge splash of the top rope, which actually it actually looks very good. Okay, but LVN manages to stop Kong Kong and I think so. Grado ends up bailing with the help of Joseph Parks, and Ali was cheering on LVN, but Braxton Sutter takes Ali away. I'm like, fuck this shit, man. Now, in terms of the actual story between Grado needing to get married to LVN of all people, who is actually Canadian, yeah, who's actually Canadian, you know, to not get deported from America. Okay, and like and like Joseph Parks, trying to get them married and all that. I like this angle. What I did not like is the involvement of Ali, Braxton Sutter, and this entire match. This was unnecessary. This all was unnecessary. Okay, next, but like it, they weren't deal breakers. Okay, they weren't deal. With WWE, they're absolutely deal breakers because WWE does not focus on wrestling. WWE focuses on drama. Next. Mitchell. Okay. Now at this point, but like, you know what? If the main event is good, I'm probably gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Like, had there been not so many, not so many distractions, I'd probably give it an 8.5 out of 10. But or like to my overall show, but I'll probably give it a 7 out of 10. Mackenzie Mitchell backstage with Conan, and what Conan said, I'm like, because I'm not used to hearing this in pro wrestling, at least at this day and age. I'm not used to hearing this. I'm like, man. Okay. Conan interrupts Mitchell. He says, yo, shut up, random white girl number 5. I'm like, you know what? How suitable would it be if this line was used in WWE? Random white girl number 5. Okay, Conan. Okay, just for that line, I bumped this. My final score, like by 1 point entirely. Conan says new era of violence about to go down. All right, whatever. Break. Come back. Then just before the main event, EC3 comes out, grabs the mic, gloats about being grand champion, stands on table and gloats some more, and starts making out with the belt or something, and then I'm like, and then just talks to the belt like it's his girlfriend. Okay, yet another distraction. You know what? I'm gonna call this the. I didn't title the show yet. I'm gonna call this the Disruptive show. Main event: LAX versus the El Patron family. So, El Hijo del Dos Caros, arm drag, suicide dive, highlights. Got a break. Come back. El Patron drop kick. Santana backdrop. El Hijo cross body block. El Hijo clothesline and double underhook backbreaker. OT superplex. El Hijo and Zigure. No, actually, it's more of a follow-away kick than a DDT type move. El Patron snap power slam. Two tilt-roll backbreakers and backstabber. El Patron's backdrop. Here's the trio 4 double stomp. We get a referee bump. Here's the cross arm breaker. Elio comes to the ring and teases hitting El Patron with the chair, but ends up hitting Homicide. And Homicide, yeah, I'm not too happy with the Homicide booking either. Maybe he has some injury or something that we don't know about. I don't, because he's usually not booked this bad. Maybe he's old, or he has an injury, or I don't know. Or maybe he just retired and he's just acting very like he retired from a full-fledged career in wrestling and just like is doing it a bit more short term. I don't know, but I kind of don't like how they'll make a Homicide look. But okay, but El Patron hits another cross arm breaker, and all of a sudden, low key hits a double stomp on El Patron, and Santana pins El Patron for the 3 count. And low key behind his suit jacket, he had LAX on it. So I actually liked how they executed this. LAX was a cool faction. It just got cooler. Low key, the beast low key isn't it? So I like that low key moved away from the X division, letting the other people shine right now, and he is still being relevant on TV. Okay, my overall show rating, you probably figured it out by now. I was gonna give it a 7/10, but random white girl number 5 line 8 out of 10. Okay, now we need to talk about like we need to talk about like just some PR stuff or whatnot with Impact Wrestling. Impact Wrestling, yeah, they dropped viewers again to 276,000 viewers. And Impact Wrestling right now is between the 275 and I would say 350 mark, around that area. But really, with this Anthem backing, they need to get back on getting more and more viewers. It's not this anti TNA. It's not this Impact Wrestling hate. It's not that. If there was so much Impact Wrestling hate, people would just not watch it. They would have possibly less than 100,000 viewers if people hated Impact that much. So all this nonsense about, oh, it's about the Hardys. Listen, dumbasses. Do you actually think if GFW actually gave the gimmick to the Hardys, people would start watching Impact? No. Do you think they would in any way stop thinking that Impact is a shit company and is not worth watching? No. They wouldn't. Dude, because they weren't watching even when Matt Hardy was on the show. They weren't watching then. What makes you think they're going to watch it now? Yeah, they had one night 410,000 viewers. Never saw 400K again. Never on Destination America. No, on Pop TV. Never saw 400K again. Despite an entire show dedicated to the Broken Brilliance. Despite having that much faith in the Broken gimmick and everyone involved with the Broken gimmick, having that much faith, did not happen. So yeah, but Anthem needs, first of all, Anthem needs better, needs to advertise it better. Advertise thing better, because right now, if you notice, most of their focus is going towards the GFW Amped anthology. They need to advertise the Impact better. Next, and perhaps only just the other thing I'm making right now. They need to make Destination X a damn good show with good viewership. They need Destination X to succeed. Because Impact Wrestling's Pop TV deal is coming to an end. And you would think Anthem Media would move Impact Wrestling, given the connections they have, would move Impact Wrestling to a better network. What incentive is there if Anthem Media cannot at least hold on to constantly 300K at least, or show at least a little signs of improvement? This, along with the football season coming up and all whatnot, Shark Week and whatnot, Anthem Media should take this all into account and plan accordingly. This is a very good roster. The product overall has improved. Now just take care of the marketing and take care of what will draw people in. And no, it is not the Broken gimmick, this nonsense that will draw people in. No. People are gonna hate on Impact regardless. of the broken gimmick or not. Like people who call themselves wrestling fans will hate on Impact regardless. Because why do I say call themselves wrestling fans? They still consider they still watch WWE thinking it's wrestling, and that's not like it's like I said, some things in life are so obvious it's not subjective anymore. These are one of those things. All right, I'm looking forward to your comments and suggestions. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and follow me on Twitter at TanTiger01. This is the MC Time 1 the Bengal Dragon signing out.